We go to our big one for tonight here on TV3 Live from Canada. The Electoral Commission (EC) has unveiled a new logo as part of a rebranding campaign. The new logo is expected to be launched soon ahead of the general elections in November. The new logo has a dark blue circle as background with rounded green, yellow, white and red colored spots placed tactfully around the edge of the background. These 4 spots form a symmetry with 4 other similar spots on the background. These 4 colored spots, along with their 4 symmetrical spots, combined with 8 white V-shaped outlines within the dark blue background to create an abstract image of 8 people in a circle with lifted hands. The current EC logo has a black star in between 2 eagles at both sides of a shield with a hand in the middle casting a ballot. It also has the inscription "Transparency, Fairness." Reports indicate a decision by the Public Elections Coordinator to change its logo has been met with disapproval from media practitioners. The reports suggest when the new logo was unveiled to the media practitioners at a capacity workshop organized by the Electoral Commission. Let's quickly get onto the telephone lines now and speak with Nee Odate Houghton Mills, who is a brand expert and Chief Executive Officer of Bold Advertising, is joining us now. Good evening, sir, and thanks for joining us on News at 10.
Yeah, good evening.
So, in your professional estimation, what could have informed this change?
First of all, I would want to say that I'm not too sure whether they are just coming out with a new logo or they are beginning a rebranding strategy. We don't know what they're doing now, but for this change of logo, probably they want to give us a different communication of what the EC stands for. You know, coming out with a logo, all you want to do is to really express what you do in the form of an icon or in the form of a symbol.
Right, I think we've lost Nee Odate Houghton Mills, who is a brand expert, and our big one tonight, we're exploring the decision by the Electoral Commission to unveil a new logo. We're picking reports that that logo is very similar to the logo of an educational career counseling center in Turkey, Ankara, which has a very similar logo. Key questions arise. What informed the decision by the Electoral Commission to change this logo, which some experts have described as totally unrepresentative of anything Ghanaian? Critically, logos are expected to represent the value of one institution, what they stand for. I mean, compared to the previous logo, which had what appears to be like the coat of arms, and in between has a box, a ballot box with a hand casting the ballot. We're trying to get onto the telephone lines to get Houghton Mills back onto the telephone lines. Like I told you, that we have picked reports that this logo is very similar to the logo of an educational career counseling center in the capital of Turkey, Ankara. And so critically, let's go quickly back onto the telephone lines. Mr. Houghton Mills is on now. Good evening, sir. Sorry, we lost you. I was asking what you feel could have informed the decision by the Electoral Commission to change its logo, and you say you couldn't be certain why it is so. But can you, for example, tell us why an institution like the EC will choose an abstract logo of that kind?
Okay. First of all, if you look at the logos of other ECs, like if you look at the Nigerian one, that's the INEC, or if you look at the one in Togo, I think they call it Sani or Sani or whatever, they all show the box with what do you call it?
The ballot box?
Yeah, the ballot box with the voting slip folded and trying to drop it in. And that is so clear. That is so clear and precise on what they want to communicate. So probably the Ghana EC feels that they have to be a little bit sophisticated, or they have to be a bit different. So they're trying to come out with a new thing. And if they are in the process of coming out with a rebranding strategy, then it will all make sense to us what they're trying to do now. But for now, we can't really tell what they're trying to do.
I know that, marketing experts say a logo to be effective, it has to be simple. It has to portray the objective of the institution and carry its message clearly without any complications. Here we are, some boxes which demonstrate abstractly people raising their hands and all of that, which I'm just saying that is similar to an educational career advisory center in Ankara, So I'm asking, do you think that the Electoral Commission and whoever started or mooted the concept of this design did a pretty bad job?
Okay. Let me be straightforward with you. First of all, if you go on the internet now and if you type in Happy People's logo, you will see so many different forms of this logo on the internet. You see, this is a symbol of happiness, happy people. You understand? And I think that the EC should have gone in for a more meaningful logo than just showing happy people. Because, for example, you have 8 people holding hands there. I don't know what the 8 people mean, whether we have 8 regions in Ghana or we have 8 different kinds of clans. I don't know what the 8 means. Secondly,
maybe 8 political parties. Well, blue, yellow, red, white.
And secondly, you have red, yellow, green. And I know we have a black star. So if you want to do something which shows Ghana, I would expect that you bring at least the black ink or the black star. But you rather have a dark blue background. So I don't know what they're trying to do because I don't see the black in there. I only see the red, yellow, and green, and I see a dark blue, and I see 8 people holding arms. And no, it's not a good job to me.
I see that you possibly I see that you're possibly trying to be very diplomatic. I mean, are you able to tell us if, for example, you were responsible for making the decision to design this logo, what considerations you will make before the logo go out so that we can use that as a measure to determine whether somebody failed and they must take the responsibility, including perhaps if they have to be sacked or sanctioned? Okay,
I don't know anything about sacking or sanctioning people, but what I can say from my part is that, first of all, if I have to give a logo to a client, I will sit down with the client and start understanding what the client promises to its customers or its followers. So by your promise to your customers, I will know what to do. And I might even go as far as going to your mission and vision statements and know what the future is for you.
Right.
And I will try to know what you're really selling. Or what are you really trying to do to let people see what you are? And that will be my basis for starting the creation of a logo.
So would you say emphatically that this is a no? I mean, I want to hear you totally, absolutely condemn it and perhaps make a suggestion whether we should revert to the old logo whilst perhaps the Electoral Commission goes on a broader consultation to get a more representative logo?
For me, this logo would have been a starting point in trying to create a logo for a company. This will not be my end product. This will be a starting point. I mean, that's what I would say. This is my starting point. It would be my end product because it doesn't really explain what the EC stands for. And as I said before, I'm not sure whether it's just a change of logo or it's a rebranding strategy they're trying to start. So
I mean, where do we place the two? A change of logo, rebranding, are they not together? Do they not go hand in hand? That if, for example, an institution wants to go on a rebranding, it first has to start with bringing out a logo, which will aid the rebranding.
No. You can do a rebranding by just a change of color. You can do a rebranding by just changing your message. You understand? So
yeah.
You don't. I mean, it's not like changing a logo to suit a rebranding strategy. No, you can maintain your old logo. You can just change the color. You can change your message. Right. You can add a product. You can do a lot of things to rebrand, just to put an increase in your communications out there and let people feel the emotional part of your brand and let them, roll with you. If I can say that. But I know where you're trying to push me to. I know it. But then, if I should say anything, I would say that this logo is not what I would go with.
Yeah. Okay.
Simple as that.
Right, Mr. Neil Date Houghton Mills, we're grateful for your time. Thanks very much. Mr. Houghton Mills is a branding expert and a CEO of Bold Advertising. Thanks very much for joining us on News at 10.